Creators, listen up. What I'm about to say is very important because I think I might be onto something. I think there might be a digital product crash starting. I have been seeing a huge shift in the educational digital product space. And if you're a creator, it's very important that you watch this video in full so that you know what's coming. Because I'm going to break down the patterns I've been seeing, what's no longer working, the mistakes these big digital product brands have been making, and how you can future-proof your digital product business so you can keep making sales even during these market changes. Now look, I know that's a really good hook, but that's not why I created this video. I am genuinely seeing huge shifts in our industry. From big digital product brands doing massive layoffs to almost every conversation I'm having with other business owners being about how they feel super overworked, how nothing's working, they're burnt out, and it's never felt this hard before. Like seriously, podcast after podcast after podcast about shifts and revenue being down and layoffs and things not working and the industry shifting, and we need to talk about it. Now listen, I don't know that it's necessarily a crash, but it's definitely a massive shift. And if you are not at the forefront of it, you could get left behind. And I think what it really comes down to is things are changing in our industry at a massive rate. And there have been a lot of big players, a lot of successful people in the space who have been complacent for a very long time. And they're finally starting to not only feel, but see these massive shifts. So let's break it down to what's no longer working, the mistakes people are making, and how you can future-proof your business. Now, this is what I've been talking about for a while now, but still it feels like no one is listening. And this is just getting worse than it's ever been before. And that is solely relying all of your lead gen on paid ads. I'm going to say it again, stop relying solely on paid ads as your lead generation source. Now, we saw this happen before COVID. Ads skyrocketed. Then during COVID, they went down. Then they skyrocketed again. And now they are higher than ever before. And you know what's the best thing to make your lead costs with paid ads go down? Organic marketing. Organic marketing. But every marketer I talk to doesn't want to make videos. They don't want to do organic marketing. It looks hard. Well, guess what? Running a business is hard. And I think sometimes when you grow a successful business and you've been there for years, you forget that you got to do the hard things, and it will become easier over time. When I first started on YouTube, it felt incredibly hard. And now it feels pretty dang easy to just turn on my camera, start yapping about the shit that I care about and hoping other people on the other side will listen. But seriously, if you are putting all of your eggs in the paid ads basket, it can be detrimental to your business. I have seen it take down business after business after business. And the best way to cut down your ads costs is supplementing with organic content. Now, I have taken the extreme where I don't even run any paid ads. I only do organic marketing, and our profit margins are like 75-80%, and my salary is included in our expenses. So I'm getting paid a salary plus a bonus of any of the profit that I want to take. So it is a very healthy margined business. And sure, I'm not stroking my ego being like,
I'm making millions a month
or whatever that is. But guess what? I've had a business where I was making millions of dollars per year. The profit margins are a lot lower. You rely a lot more on ads. It's a lot more stressful. And so neither of these business models are bad, but I just personally really prefer lean. I prefer adaptable. I prefer something with a high profit margin. That way, if there is a crash or a shift or a COVID or whatever that is, you have a lot of money saved. You have a lot of runway that you have the time to actually make those shifts when needed in your business. Okay, the next one is not learning AI. Now, I know that this is really controversial. And listen, if I had a vote to vote on if AI would exist or not, I would have absolutely voted no. Do I think it's bad for the environment? Yes, I do. There is a lot of stats to show that it is bad for the environment. It uses a lot of computing power. There are data centers popping up all over the place, close to residential housing. I don't think it's a good thing. But here's what I do think. I think that I sadly don't have control over it. I didn't see myself getting a vote in this, did you? And it's here. And I am in the digital marketing space. And I feel like if I don't utilize it, I'm going to get left behind. Now, I know it's a hot take and I would love to hear yours. I genuinely would love to hear yours in the comments below about AI, because I do find it to be extremely controversial. But I also feel like if we don't start utilizing it to save ourselves time and money to run our businesses more efficiently, more effectively, we could get left behind, because if all the other business owners start using it and we don't, that is not going to give us a leg up on our competition, whether we like it or not. And I have witnessed other entrepreneurs being incredibly reluctant to using AI, and I'm already seeing it happening in their business. Their businesses are bloated, they're not lean, they're not focusing on what I think to be the right things. Of course, this entire video is solely my opinion, so I hope you guys know that. But I do like to make these rant videos from time to time because look, I got a lot to say and I got a platform to yap on, and y'all like to listen to me sometimes, so thank you. But literally just the other night, I was able with 2 softwares, and I documented SOPs step by step exactly how to use these in my Freedom Creator Club membership. It starts at just $59. And I learned using these 2 softwares how I can generate AI images from just using like a waist up smiling photo of me. I can literally create AI images of me at a punk rock concert, playing pickleball, throwing pottery on the wheel. Like I created all these different images. I was able to select the size ratio. I selected 16:9, so it'd be YouTube size. And then I was able to use this other software to turn those images into video clips. And I was able to generate AI generated B-roll. Are you kidding me? I also played around with another software where if you upload a 5-minute video clip of yourself, you can generate short form and even long form AI video versions of yourself. But it could be just like me talking right now. Same background, myself. I would look pretty much the same except for I might be a little glitchy. But it's crazy how quickly AI is changing and adapting. Like I genuinely thought that we were like years away from this technology, and we're not. Like I hate to break it to you, but that shit is here now. Okay, the next thing I'm noticing is there was this huge wave of entrepreneurs
that were like, we're going to build these huge teams, these real businesses, these big, massive teams with like directors, operators, managers,
and then people underneath them kind of a thing. And I'm really seeing that lean is the way to go. I'm seeing a lot of layoffs happening. I'm seeing that these big bloated teams are no longer the way to go. I mean, I personally don't think they were ever the way to go for this particular type of business. But because of the shifts we're seeing in the market, I'm really noticing it more now than ever before that having a lean team is incredibly, incredibly powerful and needed. Because when you as the founder are needed to be agile and learn new things and be able to move quickly, it's really hard to do that when you're steering a ship with like 50 plus people on it. When it's just you and maybe 2-3 other people, it's a lot easier to be like,
hey, last night I learned how to AI these B-roll clips. Today, let's put them into a
video. Versus like if I have a team of like 100 plus people, it's like,
hey, could you tell so-and-so to add to the SOP to do this thing? We'll talk about it at the meeting. We'll circle back, la, 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 la.
Right? It becomes really hard. There's a lot of layers and it becomes very hard to quickly maneuver and steer that ship. Okay, the next thing I'm noticing is some people are noticing the shifts. They're feeling the shifts with their business, but instead of really learning new things and making small tweaks to what's already working, I'm seeing a lot of business owners, quite frankly, panic, like close their previous offer, start a completely new offer. Like we're going to close this thing. We're going to create a whole new thing over here. They're making really, really big adjustments instead of little tweaks. For example, when I learned how to create this AI B-roll, I created a folder with AI B-roll and I added to the SOP so that the video editors can start to use it. Now, we don't have a lot of clips of it yet, but I thought it'd be fun to try to experiment with it. And I really think that that is a big reason why I've been able to have a successful business since I was 17 years old. I have had 3 businesses over the years. This is my 3rd and final one, folks. From photography to photography education to teaching digital products, and here we are. And I genuinely think that is because I find learning fun. I like learning new things. I like keeping up with what's new and what's going on. And then I like tweaking that and putting that into my business and like tweaking SOPs. But I'm not going to go, hey, look, my offer Freedom Creator Club right now is working. I'm not going to shut that down and create an AI offer. Like I'm seeing that happening a lot where people are almost like panicking, like, and they close what's working or they stop what's working, or maybe they have a week where sales are down and instead of tweaking or diving into the numbers to figure out why is it wrong, they're just like,
this doesn't work. I'm closing it down. I'm starting a new offer.
Like, do you know how much work it is to start a new offer? Like the goal is to just really have one. Like, for me, it's like I got my membership working and that's it. That's the offer. Like we keep adding to it. We keep making it better. We make sure that we spoil our customers. We do weekly Q&A calls. We have a community. We have a program that we are always updating, maintaining, and making sure that is the best possible. In fact, I just added an AI module with everything I learned with step-by-step SOPs for my students as well, included in the price. So I'm not going,
now you have to buy this thing over here. Now you have to buy this thing over here.
No, I just sell the one main thing. And I think that's something in the industry that's working really well right now. People don't want to buy something to feel like they solved their problem, only for you to then make it feel like they have to now buy this thing and this thing and this thing. Like they're like, well,
I thought I already bought this thing to solve my problem. I don't have to buy all this other crap.
like, make sure that you are still customer first and not just focused on revenue. Okay, and lastly, yes, we are having massive shifts in the industry. I am seeing them. I would love for you guys to comment what you're seeing below as well. But here's the thing, is because of all these new shifts and new things to learn and everything that's happening, you still need to make sure that you are not getting distracted from what's actually working. So if you are not keeping metrics in your business, make sure that you have a spreadsheet tracking your metrics week over week, month over month, however you want to track them, whatever makes the most sense. And you are reviewing it and saying,
oh, these things work the best.
let's do more of that.
These things are not really working.
Let's not do that. I've seen so many educators in the space talk about how they have like no profit margin, almost like they're bragging about it. Like,
well, we're growing, and it's like,
but you're a business. You're not a nonprofit. Like, why are you bragging about not making money in your business? Or I see people bragging about like hosting live events and they're like,
well, they don't make any money, but
what are you doing? Like, why are you focusing on things that are not working for your business? Like, yeah, it might be fun, but this isn't a hobby. This is your business. You should work on your business and then you can do your hobbies like pottery or go hang with your friends, hang with your family. You don't need to put on a $20,000, $50,000 live event that won't make money just because it seems fun to do. That doesn't seem like a very good strategy. Now, of course, you can do live events that are profitable. I'm only talking about this trend that I've been seeing. And look, I've been there too. I hosted plenty of live events that didn't make a dang penny because I had mentors telling me that it was the thing to do. Why? Why is it the thing to do? What's the data to back up that it's working? And now over the years, what I've learned is I make decisions based on data. I track my data in my business. I treat my business like a business. It should be a money-making machine. That's what a business is. If you don't care about making money in your business, then you don't have a business. You got a hobby. So how can you future-proof your business and make sure that you don't get swept up in these industry shifts and changes? Number one, always be learning. Always be learning, keeping up with what's going on, the trends. Now, you don't need to completely shut down everything that's working and pivot, right? And for me with AI, I waited and waited and waited. I was like, yes, I know it's there. I know there's all these people making these AI offers. That's cool, but I want to wait for it to get to a place where it's really worth my time, right? So you don't always need to jump at things like right away. But do I think AI is here now and it's time for you to learn it? Yes, I absolutely do. Once you learn AI, it's time for you to utilize it in your business. Make your business more automated, more lean, more profitable, more efficient. Because again, there is going to be a road bump, whether it's an economy crash or another COVID or something happens in your personal life. There will always be a road bump in the future, and you need to make sure that your business is prepared for that. The next thing is diversifying your lead gen. Now, if you are a new business owner watching this video, you do not need to diversify your lead gen. You need to just have reliable lead gen. But once you have reliable lead gen, it is very important that you diversify it. In fact, right now behind the scenes, I am working on something that will diversify my lead gen, but I can't share with you what it is quite yet, but I will soon. It's very exciting. But especially if you're running paid ads, I have just seen this mistake so many times and I made it myself. I grew my following originally about way back in the day. I would not recommend this now with blogging and Pinterest. Again, wouldn't recommend it. SEO's dead. Please don't leave me a comment saying,
teach me blogging and Pinterest.
Don't do it. Okay, it doesn't work. I'm telling a story about the past. But I built it previously in the past with blogging and Pinterest. And then we started running ads and then the ads were working. So I was like, well, I don't need to do blogging and Pinterest anymore. And then what do you know? Our lead costs went through the freaking roof. And I have seen this happen with business owner after business owner after business owner. And it's like, you have to supplement it with organic content or go all in on organic content, which is what I have done. And I love it. And again, sure, I'm not getting as big of revenue numbers as I was with running ads, but I'm making more profit. And isn't that the point? Isn't the point to have more profit and more free time? Like, who cares? Like, yeah, I have some cool plaques and things and I'm proud of them. And I'm proud to be a woman in the 2% club who's built $1 million business. But it's not really about ego, is it? It's about making money so you have free time, right? So don't forget that. So keep your business lean and keep your business high profit. Very important for future-proofing your business. And of course, focus more on what's working and less on what's not working. Look at the data. Don't make decisions on just,
well, this sounds fun, or so-and-so told me to do this, or so-and-so's doing this, so I'm going to do it.
No, look at your data. What is working for your business? Because every single business is different. And if you have a mentor right now that's like,
you must do it this one way or it'll never work, or
someone who's just like overly confident like that, take a long think on that one. Just gonna put that out there. And of course, focus on fixing actual problems and not just going off and making new projects that sound fun and creating more problems. Because the whole reason you started this business is to have a simple, profitable business that gives you time freedom. So make sure that you write yourself a little note about that. Put it on your computer, put it on your desk so you can stay true to the mission of why you started this in the first place. And by the way, if you want to take my totally free on-demand workshop that teaches you all of this, from building your following, creating and selling your own digital products for consistent passive income, then go ahead and register for my totally free on-demand training. It's the first link in the description below this video. And now that you're more aware of what's going on in the creator and digital product industries, you might be wanting to hear me rant more. I don't know why, but you might be. I did make a video where I rant about the dark side of entrepreneurship that nobody wants you to know about. And if you're interested in watching that, you can check that video out next here, because when you pair what you just learned with what's in this video, it's going to be way more ranty and way more powerful. See you in the next video.